individual.
G'day Sean, welcome to Poker School.
Pleasure to be here, James.
So how and why did you get behind the Bluff magazine in Australia?
Well, I suppose I started thinking about it while I was still working at the AFL and saw that poker was a booming industry and that there was no publication in Australia at the time. So had a look at the different publications in the States, and I think what sets Bluff apart is that it has fantastic poker information, but it also has a large component of the lifestyle aspects of the game that we all love. You know, poker's got that bit of glitz and glamour about it, and I think Bluff best encapsulated that in the magazine.
Are new players going to be able to find where they can get a game of poker in your poker magazine?
It's absolutely crucial, James, that we're getting the magazine out to the players, and that's what we're trying to do. The interesting thing at this time is that so many of the players are playing in these pub and club competitions around the country. The numbers are probably getting up toward 250,000 players, which is absolutely fantastic for our game. So we're trying to get the magazine into as many of those pub and club competitions that we possibly can, at the same time using the traditional news agency system to sell a magazine, and of course in the casino poker room. So we're aiming to get the magazine out to the players, and it's great for both of us. It's helping us to build the market, but also for the new players to learn a little bit about the game. And that's why our magazine's a little bit different from the US magazine. In America, it's a much more mature market, whereas we're conscious here that there's far more beginners in Australia than there are over in the States. So we've tried to cater our magazine to reflect that.
Also, Asia seems to be the next boom area in poker. Any ideas that Bluff magazine will be moving into that area soon?
It's a really interesting question. The thing that we're finding about Asia at this stage is that the different countries are all they're just all quite unique. We know, for example, that there are events organised in Singapore, the Philippines and India over the next 6 months. But I suppose the big fish is China. Most of the casinos there are based in Macau, which is a very short area, but the Western style poker is a little bit slow catching on there. But we're hearing reports out of countries like Japan and also South Korea that the poker boom through the gaming side of things and the online poker is really starting to take off. So the short answer to the question is yes, poker will boom in Asia.
Lastly, where can we get our hands on a copy of Bluff magazine?
The easiest place to find it, James, is in your local newsagent, and I implore anyone who can't find it in their local newsagent to go up and say, look, I want a copy of Bluff, because it's important that we get the name of the magazine out there. So number one, news agencies. For any player going into their local casino poker room, you'll be able to pick up a copy of the magazine there, and also in the major pub and club competitions around the country, that one way or another that the magazine will be available there. But with every edition, we're currently working on our fourth edition. There'll be more and more copies going out there, so you shouldn't have too many problems finding it in either your local competition or in the news agents.
Well, that brings us to the end of Lesson 2, where to get a game of Texas Hold'em poker. As you can see, there are plenty of options of where you can get a game. What I'd like you to do this week is get online and sign up for a free account and play some free online poker. Also, scout around your local area and find out where you can get a game. I'm James Potter, and I'm pushing the chips in your direction.